Okay, let's dive right in. Over the next few minutes, we're going to completely rewire the way you see money. I want you to forget everything you've ever been told because this is going to shift your entire perspective on wealth, and we're going to start by tackling one of the biggest, most unhelpful ideas out there.
You've heard this a million times, right? It's a phrase that gets thrown around so much, it almost feels like a fact. But what if I told you that this one single idea is one of the biggest roadblocks standing between you and your financial freedom? Well, let's bust this myth wide open.
So here's the big reframe. On the left, you've got the old way of thinking, the myth that money is this necessary evil we just have to put up with. But the truth, over on the right, is so much more empowering. Money isn't good or bad. It's a technology, one of the most important tools our species has ever invented.
To really get this, we need to go back in time. We need to understand why money was even created in the first place. Because you see, understanding its origin story is the key to unlocking its massive potential in your own life.
Think about it. Before money, we had the barter system. You know, if you were a farmer who wanted new shoes, you had to find a shoemaker who just so happened to need a bunch of potatoes right at that exact moment. It was a nightmare. So we invented a new technology, something everyone agreed had value, that we could exchange easily, and that could store that value over time. That invention was money.
And this one simple technology completely changed human history. Suddenly, that clunky barter system gave way to real commerce. And that lit the fuse for all the progress that built the modern world. Seriously, without money, we wouldn't have modern medicine, we wouldn't have global travel, we wouldn't even have flushing toilets. And here's the really crucial part. That same world-changing technology is the exact tool you can use to build your own financial freedom.
And don't just take my word for it. This quote just nails it. Money is a foundational tool, right up there with the wheel. It lets us trade value not just with the person next to us, but with our future selves. That's what trading debts across space and time really means.
So, we've established it. Money is a powerful human technology. But like any powerful tech, you kind of need the user manual to make it work for you, right? Well, that's exactly what this is. We're about to go through 8 fundamental truths that are the new rules of the game. Rules that put you firmly in the driver's seat. All right, let's hit the first 3 nice and quick. Number 1, no one is better placed than you to manage your money. Why? Because no one cares about it more than you do. It's that simple. Number 2, just by learning this stuff, you are giving yourself a massive, significant advantage. And number 3, the potential for what you can do with your money is so much bigger than you probably ever thought possible.
Now for truth number 4, and this one is huge because it's the one that stops so many people dead in their tracks. They think investing is some kind of dark art, super complex, and only for geniuses. But that's just not true. Look, if you can learn to drive a car, you can absolutely learn to drive your money. It's a skill you learn, not some secret you're born with.
Let's keep knocking down those barriers with the next 3 truths. Number 5, this is totally possible no matter what you earn. You do not need a giant salary to start building real wealth. Number 6, the tools we have right now, the apps, the platforms, are the most powerful and the cheapest they have ever been in human history. This stuff is accessible to everyone. And truth number 7, there's a real urgency here. It has never, ever been more important for you to take control and learn this stuff.
And that brings us to the 8th and final truth. This is the ultimate goal. This is the big secret that wealthy people have understood for generations. Through the incredible power of investing and compounding, you can reach a point where your money is actually working harder than you are. It's out there 24/7 making more money for you.
Okay, so now you have the new mindset. Money is a tool. And you have the 8 rules from the user manual. So what's next? Well, now it's time to turn all this knowledge into your very first mission. Let's make this real.
We need a target. Your minimum long-term goal from here on out should be to build a fund of at least £1 million by the time you retire. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds crazy, audacious, maybe even impossible. But I'm telling you, it is entirely realistic. With the right strategy, even people on average incomes can get there.
£1 million is a fantastic target. But a number, all by itself, is pretty meaningless. It's a destination on a map without any reason to actually take the trip. To stay motivated through the ups and downs, you need something much deeper than just a number. You need a purpose.
And so we're going to end here with your first and honestly your most important task. Before you do anything else, you need to answer this one question. What is your why? Why do you want to be wealthy? What will that freedom and security give you? What will it let you do for yourself, for your family, for your community, for the world? Your why is the fuel for this entire journey. So take some real time to think about it, and then write it down. Your answer. That's where this journey truly begins.